It's Tanya, and I just wanted to show you a couple more of the pages that I did in my Traveller's Notebook with the October Hip Kit Club kits, and I was chronicling our Khalkhali adventures. And this page is a very simple one. I wanted to more highlight the photograph because I know I say chuffed a lot, but yeah, I'm going to show you. You see? Yeah, it was actually quite funny because we were sat there watching, and there was this giant nest, and there was this quite big bird sitting on top of it, minding his own business, looking around, surveying the world, and the smaller bird came and just knocked it out of the way. Yep, just just decided that that this was not happening. That other bird's surveying of life was going to be interrupted. Now, I don't know whose nest it was. I don't know whether it was the little bird's nest or the big bird's nest. You know, some of the mysteries of nature evade me. Particularly when it comes to birds. I am not much of a bird person. I much prefer the four-legged creatures. Oh, and these, yeah, they're so sticky. They're not my favorite elements in the world. Those Prima, what are they? They're like rubber elements. Yeah, I think that's the only one I used of them, and it's very unfortunate, but they're super sticky. And also they didn't really fit in with my theme, so I don't feel bad about it. I used up almost everything in these kits, and I will have a project share and what I have left over coming up shortly on my channel as well, so you'll see what I did. But I did them justice, I really did. And I love my tip-ins, so you know, I think almost every page gets a tip-in. And there I'm merely finishing it off with a little bit of that bronze. I think I worked out it was a bronze colour, not a gold colour. Bronze washi tape, and yeah, I don't think I do much more on this page, do I? It's been a while since I I do that. Yes, I do. So that just goes to show you that you can actually, you can actually use quite a few of, you know, large elements in your Traveller's Notebook. These are Dear Lizzie's gigantic words from her Stargazer collection, and all I did was peel off the chipboard background, I should say. Let's get the right terminology here. The chipboard background, and then it fit in fine. It's a bit of a shame. I actually had it nicely. When I first put it down, I had it nicely in place, and when I came to glue it down, I glued it a little bit too low, so I had to chop off some of the Y. Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate, but your mind reads it fine. So yeah, so I got that in here, so go me. And I think we're going to flip to a different page now. I can see on my video we're going to, there we go, flipping to a different one. And there's a family of meerkats. Now I quite like the scene because, and look at the top left there, you've got a, oh my gosh, what are they? Gemsboek. You have a Gemsboek and a baby. I have still to scrapbook that one actually. So here I'm using a 4x6 card. I liked the colours, and I was just taking the white border off it, and I've chopped my photograph in half. I've decided I quite like doing that in the Traveller's Notebooks, because this way you can get a nice 4x6, get your dimensions right, Tanya. You can get a 4x6 card in there, and that little gap doesn't matter because your mind fills it in for you. Our minds are wonderful, aren't they? Well, I don't know, sometimes mine goes a little loopy, but particularly when I'm tired. Oh my gosh, you know, when I'm tired, nothing goes right. I've become as dense as anything. But anyway, I got the favourites on there because the meerkats were my favourites of this trip. They are so much fun to sit and watch. It's just, yeah. I wonder if I have enough time to tell this story on this one. I have one more anecdote to tell you of our trips. I might do. Okay. You can watch what I'm doing. I want to tell you the little story. So around these parks there are rest stops where they have obviously loos that you can go to, and they have tables and places you can sit and eat at. And just before we had gone on this trip, there'd been an an article in the paper about how some people had come to one of these rest stops and there were a couple of lions just milling around, so obviously they couldn't go to the loo. So this was high on my mind, you understand. But anyway, we got to one of these rest stops and there's loads of people around and they're having their sarmies and, you know, their coffee, and we sit down and we get out our sarmies and our coffee, and there were these little mice running around. And I was sort of sitting there looking at them, and, you know, I had sandals on, and I'm thinking to myself, wonder what I would do if that mouse ran over my foot. And anyway, so carried on making the sandwich, and then all of a sudden, yep, something runs over my foot. And I tell you, I was sitting on the bench, I leapt into the air at like a gigantic height, landed, but landed sort of off the stool of this park bench to the point where I then landed on my ass with my legs still on the bench, and the picnic basket went with me and everything else went with me, and my husband turned to me and he looked at me and he said, "What the frick?" Meanwhile, I'm sure everybody saw this and thought, my gosh, oh, it was so funny. But in my defense, now I don't know whether it was a mouse that ran over my foot or not, but a little bit later one of the little mice did actually come under the table, so it could well have been. And I'm almost embarrassed to tell you, but these mice are like about 3 inches long. Hang on, wait, 3 inches is quite wide. I'm a centimetre metric girl. They're about, they probably were about 2 inches long. So, you know, it wasn't like they were these gigantic mice or anything, but yeah. That's just a really good, can't think of what I want to say. It's a really good example of my awkwardness in life. Okay, I do want to show you what I did here. Okay, so this is the last page of my book, and I have taken all my travel log, my recording that I did on the trip, and I have stuck it in the back here, which is why I have no qualms about not actually journaling on any of these pages, because my story has already been told. I've journaled the entire thing while I was in the moment. So on to Moe River paper, which I had pre-splodged with colour. Oh, it was just so much fun doing that too. So yeah, I'm just putting a few finishing touches on the end here, trying to see how much I can use up of what little I have left. And I made a pocket for the journaling to go in, as I'm showing you there. I just cut one of the pages in half and then glued it to the left, as you can see. So I'm trying to sort of kind of hide the join of the paper, and then just washi taped around the edges, right and bottom edge of the pocket, so that it fit in. And I'm just going to put a little bit down there saying that this is the story, and I'm just putting washi tape on that side to kind of even it out a little bit. And that will be the end of my chronicling of our Kalahari adventures in my traveller's notebook, using the October Hip Kit Club kits, which were perfect for this. They might still be available. You should go and check out the website to see if they are, and if they're not, well, you dipped out. And you should become a subscriber so that you don't miss out. They're gorgeous kits, and the November ones are available, and the documented December one is available. So yeah, and also our Facebook forum, we have a lot of fun in there. We have lots of members, and there's lots of inspiration there, from layouts to traveller's notebook spreads to memory planning to all of that lovely goodness. So yeah, do come and check us out. And I think the only thing I do now is I'm going to finish off the front of my book, and that'll be it. So thank you once again for watching and listening to my stories, and I appreciate every one of you, and we will chat again soon. Bye bye.